Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel and on this channel siyaye sifunde incwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo le ncwadi esuke siyifundile senzela laba phela abangenaso isikhathi sokufunda incwadi nalabo abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Guys, if you like my Zulu books, we are moving that content to a new channel, Zulu Books by Ntando Mdletshe. All of you make sure that you are subscribed to that channel so that we can support it, so I will be able to separate these types of content. And we also do watch ama reality shows to Alamzati versus so khuluma shows, which is what we will be doing today. Senze ama reviews ama recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma any other issues avukayo uma ngabe sesiwabukile lama shows with TV. Siyaphinda nje futhi sihlebe anything else that esifuna ukuhleba ngayo ingahlangani na anything. Anyway, you guys, we do try and keep it positive on this channel. So whoever I'm talking about with video, do not bash them. Just go in the comment section and tell me what your view is, and please respect other people's views that are different from you, because we're here to just have some fun, guys. Let's not take this thing too seriously. This is not our lives, it's the lives of the celebrities, okay? Anyway, today we're doing episode 10, the full review of Living the Dream with Somizi, but we will mix it a little bit with episode 9 because I never got a chance to do episode 9. Anyway, just to mention what happened in episode 9, they were finishing that conversation between Bahumi and her father, uSomizi, talking about Indaba Yesibongo, which at the end of the conversation, it didn't look like they understood each other. uSomizi ended up saying, I just don't understand that thing, you guys. I just don't understand, you know. And Bahumi on the other side, she's feeling like Ubabaki is not compromising, but Ubabaki feels like Bahumi is not compromising. It's just a cycle that just goes around. It's a wheel. It goes around and around and around and around, and it doesn't get anywhere. Anyway, and there was that somebody is saying wisdom and intellect and whatever, you know. And then there's also a sit down that uSomizi had. It was a boardroom meeting about him opening up a shop where he will be selling shoes, I think, yes. So apparently a friend of his had given him these shoes and asked him to post them, wear them and post them. And then when he wore them, a lot of people ended up buying the shoes, made a lot of money. This guy wanted to pay him R1 million because he had done that for him. So he refused the million rand. uSomizi refused to take the million. Listen, the million, whether usebenzile or not, you take the million, you know? Like, that's why we play lots, so that you can just get $1 million for not working. But he did not take the $1 million. Instead, he asked him to help him out with him like opening up his own shop. Apparently the design and of the shop is going to be like between 1.5 to 2 million rand. That is a lot of capital, you know. That is a lot of capital. That means that he really knows that he's going to make a lot of money from that. And there was also umsebenzi that he's been talking about for a while that he was supposed to do. I'm sure who ended up Antwaki because he didn't want to do it at his cousin's house. So he did. They were telling in the yard, and all of that. And they also, what did they do? Burning impepho and stuff. So that's all happened last week. This week they're going to attend the second part of umsebenzi. Actually, we know umsebenzi kuba na first part and second part, yo. Right? Okay. So then the next scene, I guess this is the first scene, because he's sitting with his friends and updating them on the fact that he feels like he's ready to move on in terms of relationships. He's ready to move on from Umuhale, and he's got someone new. And we've all seen ama reports of usenaye umuntu omusha. He says it's different this time. It's different this time. This person has a career. It's very stable. He has lots of money, or he has enough money. He's comfortable. He won't bother him with money. He has a house, has his own bond. He has a car. So he feels like they are equal in terms of like financial standing. So it's not somebody also befuna yeni mali. So he feels like he's ready to move on with this person. And also he likes that this person likes to keep things private. I think everybody that gets together with a celebrity would say that until later on and things happen bese sibona ngama-screenshots on YouTube nakwi-Twitter abantu nama-videos esephuma lana kade kodwa umuntu kade etheni uthanda ukuba private, so I think they just always say that. Anyway, you guys, I mean, everybody has a right to move on. Whatever time, you can take a month, you can take 2 months before you move on, or you can take no time and just move on. His friends are feeling like it's about time, that he moves on because he's been running this crash. Who said that? But no drinks. Maybe to my dress is lower. Because we had to drinks. I know you've been running this crash long enough, and they just laugh about that. And so I think it's a good idea. Get someone and at the same level with you won't feel like even afterwards you'll be like, oh when I did this and this and this and this and that for you, which is what usually happens when abantu mabendawonye and bengalingani. And then the next scene, it was uMsebenzi ekhaya. It goes uyokwenza the second part umsebenzi bagqokile kahle traditional kuhle njena, kudliwa inyama ufakwa isiphandla and what else? Uphuza umqombothi and all of that. It's with family. They're hanging out with family. It's just a nice vibe, guys. It's really just a nice vibe. And he said that for him, Ispanda it doesn't represent anything significant. Ispanda is just isikhumba nje, it's just to show sokuchoma nje ukuthi wena uyabenzela abantu ilokhuzana abantu bakini umsebenzi. And I think it's different for different people, and I think it's different for different individuals, because I think if Ispanda did not have any significance, then we wouldn't do Ispanda for ingane, mayisencane. So I guess ukuthi mhlawumbe kuyahluka each family ukuthi what is the meaning of Ispanda for that particular family. And then the next thing, he's doing this photo shoot with for True Love magazine. I've actually seen Ilokuzani cover yakhona with True Love. He's doing that cover with Upalisa. He's the mother of Ubahumi and Ubahumi. Beautiful pictures that they were taking, beautiful outfits. He has this green hair there, uSomizi. And I think it took longer to prepare than Upalisa. And it comes, hair and makeup. And Upalisa is telling a story of how her ex-husband is getting married, and Ulona, I guess someone is trying to find out, are you upset about it? And she says no, she's not upset about it, but the kids, her kids. I forget to go to Ulona. Upalisa has other kids. She says her kids were upset about it because her 18-year-old thought that I guess they were still going to get back together, so he is upset that they're not. And yeah, they joke about going and attending the wedding and all of that, but it was just all fine. Yeah, the pictures were beautiful, you guys. It was beautiful. The setup was beautiful for the photo shoots. And then Vusinova, he's somewhere now. I don't know if it was at the same place where he was doing a photo shoot, but in the room. And then Vusinova arrives there. And they talk about Ricky Rick's passing. Anyway, it was a shock for a lot of people, a shock for us followers, but also it was a shock for a lot of celebrities. And also, it seemed like he was really close to Rick. He says that they spoke almost every week. And Vusinova as well, they talk about how they couldn't believe it. So Mrs. said one day he even dreamt of Ricky Rick saying to him, stop posting lies about me. And he thought he was going to wake up and it was all going to be a lie. Ricky Rick had passed, but it did not happen. And then they talk a little bit about suicide. I guess uSomizi now is talking about the fact that he has gone through experiences where he was very close to doing the same. So he says that the darkness that comes when people do that, he understands it because he's been there herself, but he does wishes that he could get one more chance with Rick. I think that was a shock, honestly. It was the same as even with Patrick Shy. It was a shock, Anyway, suicide is always a shock because the person is not sick, and a lot of the times people don't know that they're going through something that might possibly cause them to do that. And then the guy that was redesigning the diamond ring, the wedding diamond ring comes because remember they had that sit down where he wanted to redesign the ring, change it from a wedding ring to him marrying himself with the ring. He comes with the ring. It's a beautiful ring. I was trying to think, ishintshile le ring noma isafana ngoba bese bayazi yafana ngathi ngaphindela emuva and see ukuthi kanje ibinjani because I just feel but that ring ngathi kusayiyona. Anyway, it was beautiful. They couldn't get over it. So Lorna, oh, Vusinova, how beautiful it was. Vusinova put it on Somizi's finger, asking him to be his friend forever. And yeah, it was beautiful. I guess for him, Somizi is just a sign of him moving on with his life, you know. And then the next was the event. But I just didn't understand what that event is. But it's an event where Somizi was supposed to go and speak. He walks in with the lady, says it's Tez. And then he was talking about his experience, what he was going through, what he was thinking, and all of that. He was just sharing his experience because he has gone through a lot recently. Towards the end of last year and the beginning of this year, he's gone through a lot. He was sharing that experience. There is a time when they are at home, Lapayana Gamhlongo, and Kuluma, I don't know if it's his cousins or his friends, Kamashu, and they're talking about why he banned from the idols, because I guess it had just come out uSomizi will be brought back on idols, and then Randall will not be returning, and also Unite will not be returning, because we had thought that uSomizi was the one that was not going to return to the show, but he ended up returning. Anyway, you guys, there was a thing for this week. Honestly, I was glad to not talk about indaba yokushintsha kwesibongo for a change and just for us to do something, to see something different on this show. But that's how it went. That's how it went anyway. And I'm so happy about their relationship, that they're able to keep that relationship with Opalisa and even do some stuff like come photo shoots and all that together. It's a great arrangement, especially for Ulukuzana, Ubahomeo guys. Anyway, another thing that I wanted to mention on the sit down last episode, something that really touched my heart was that it was going to be Bahumi's birthday. And so she asked us, what are they going to do? And uSomizi just gave her imali, like it takes imali as a birthday present. And she does say she really appreciates imali, but a lot of the times Babake doesn't understand because she just wants to spend time with him. Why can't we just spend time together on my birthday? And that really just reminds me, as no matter how old you are, a lot of the times you just want time with daddy, and I was sad that it looked like she wasn't going to get that on her birthday. So it looks like sometimes, the kids don't want the money, but sometimes they do. The thing is, for us parents who don't have lots of money, our kids think that they will just do with money. But they should just be happy that they're getting our presents. Because the kids that are getting money are not getting the presents, And I guess also even the show is probably helping the two of them to get to spend a lot of time together, because then they get to do a lot of scenes shooting together. That should be helping their relationship. Anyway, you guys, there was episode 10 of Living the Dream with Somizi. And that was it. Tell me what you think about it here below. Are you still watching the show? And yeah, share the video with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda. Cool.